The hall was so quiet, you could almost hear the sound of breathing. Rows upon rows of faces, young and old, sat waiting. Some came looking for motivation, others for answers. The man walking up to the podium wasn't the kind you'd expect to see giving a speech. His suit was neat but plain, his hair peppered with gray, his hands rough from years of hard work. But the moment he began to speak, the room leaned in. "If you want to change your life," he said slowly, his voice steady but filled with weight, "start with something so small, you might laugh at it." He let the words settle. People exchanged glances, some smiled, thinking it was just a catchy opening. But then he told them about his first days in the Coastal Rescue Service, long before he ever wore a suit or stood on a stage. He painted the picture: cold mornings before sunrise, the salt of the ocean hanging in the air, boots still damp from the previous day. "And yet, the first thing we did every morning wasn't running drills or checking the boats," he said. "It was making our beds perfectly, every single time." It sounded ridiculous, he admitted. But in those early mornings, that small act set the tone. Because if you can't handle the little things, he said, you'll never be ready for the big ones. The story shifted. He spoke of the first time he was sent out into the open sea during a storm. The waves weren't gentle, they rose like walls, each one threatening to break the boat in half. The wind howled like it wanted to throw them into the dark, endless water. "Fear," he told them, "was sitting on my shoulders that night. But I learned something. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to move forward, while fear is still whispering in your ear." He described the training. Days that seemed designed to break you, not build you. Running miles on sand with heavy packs digging into your shoulders. Diving into icy waters until your body felt like it had turned to stone. Staying awake through nights so long you forgot what sunrise looked like. And if you made a mistake, he said, you'd pay for it. You'd be soaked in cold water, rolled in sand, left to work while shivering. We called it the ocean's handshake. It wasn't meant to punish, it was meant to teach you to keep going. Even when you're uncomfortable. The audience was silent now, imagining themselves in that freezing, wet misery. He told them about the bronze bell in the middle of the training yard. The one you could ring if you wanted to quit. It was always there, he said, whispering to you on the hardest days. All you had to do was walk up, ring it, and the pain would stop. He paused, letting that temptation sink in. But so would your chance to find out how strong you really are. He spoke of the people who rang the bell, good people, strong people, but they'd never know if they could have made it one more day. And then he spoke of those who didn't. The ones who fought through pain, exhaustion, fear, and doubt. They discovered something life-changing, he said. That the limits we believe in are almost always lies we tell ourselves. His voice softened as he told a personal moment. A night when the storm was at its worst and he was seconds away from ringing that bell. His hands were numb, his legs were lead, and every wave felt like the ocean was trying to take him. But in that moment, a teammate's voice cut through the chaos. "One more wave. Just one more. Then you can quit." He took that wave, and then another, and another. By sunrise, he realized he hadn't quit at all. "That's when I learned." He told them, "You never have to survive the whole storm at once. You just have to survive the next wave." The room was still, but it was no longer quiet. You could hear soft sniffles, the sound of people wiping their eyes. He ended with a steady, unshakable voice. "Start with the small things. Face the storm. Accept that life isn't fair. And for the love of your own future, never ring that bell." The crowd rose to their feet, clapping, cheering. But it wasn't noise for him, it was the sound of people who had just made a promise to themselves. And long after they left, his words followed them like the tide, whispering in their minds, "One more wave. Just one more."